Okay, we want to be able to sketch a smooth graph through a set of given points, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Okay, so I've got these given points and I want to make a graph. Okay, now you see that my x values are as low as -6 and as high as 9. So I'm going to choose my x-axis to run from, well, I'm going to scale the x-axis from -8 to 8. Okay, because 8 is close enough to 9 that I'll be able to locate 9 pretty easily. You'll see how that works. My y values, the lowest y value is -1 and the greatest y value is 7. So I don't need a whole lot of negative y-axis, although I might want a little bit in case my graph wants to dip down below this -1 here, and maybe it will. Well, I'll leave myself some room down here. I can always extend the y-axis if I wish. Okay, so I'm going to put my x-axis here. Now, I'm going to scale the interval from 0 to 8 on the y-axis because, of course, the y values go up to 7, and it's really convenient to subdivide an interval from 0 to 8. And of course, we do that. We get 4 here, we get 2 here, we get 1 here, and here would be 3. And halfway between 4 and 8 is 6, and we have 7 and 5. Okay, so there we have pretty well scaled y-axis, and the intervals are pretty even. 5's a little bit low here; it should be halfway between 4 and 6. That's a little careless, but we're going to live with that. Okay, so my x values, I'm safe in putting -8 here because least x value is -6. So we only have to go over to, we only have to have enough room to get to -6. Okay, now we're going to go up to 9, but if I can get 8, I can figure out where 9 is. So, here's 8 units and here's 8 units. So I'm going to put my 8 here. Then let's just check. Yeah, the origin seems to be about halfway between -8 and +8. So I'm going to get a reasonably well scaled graph. Then I subdivide the interval from 0 to 8. 4 here, 2 here, 6 here, relatively even. This interval is a little bit too big. And same thing here. Between 0 and 8, -4 is going to be up here. -2, I should have been up to the right, but that's okay. -6 here. So we can get a reasonably good approximate graph. And I think mark my units here. And then I can see how big 1 is. It's about this big. So 9 would go about here because we're going to need 9. Okay, so now I locate my points. -6, 7. Well, -6 goes on the vertical line, x equals -6. The y coordinate is 7, so we go to the horizontal line, y equals 7. And we get a point. I'm not going to belabor all these because we've seen how to use horizontal and vertical dotted lines, projection lines, call them, to indicate where x is -6 and where y equals 7 and so forth. Okay, so let's say -1, 3. Here would be the line for x equals -1. Here would be the line for y equals 3. So we have this point. 2, 4. Well, x equals 2 here. Y equals 4 here. So we have 1. 5, -1. Here's 5. And -1, well, on the y, you come down to here. That would be about -1. And I'm not going to label that on the y-axis because I think we can understand that. Everything else. So we have this point, this point, this point, and this point, and then we have 9, 5. Well, 5 is here. I'll draw it just a little higher, as it should have been a little higher. Okay. And 9 is here. So we have this point. Now let's go ahead and make these points easily visible by putting them in a different color. So now we want a smooth curve through these points. Now let me just indicate that my points are like this. This is not a smooth curve. Not smooth here, it's pointy here, okay? A smooth curve. It looks something like this. Oh, I missed that one. You get the idea. Okay. And the way you draw the curve kind of depends on how your hand wants to work and how you want to visualize, graph, and so forth. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. And I'm going to come down to here. So I can turn around and gracefully get up here. And then turn around and get down to this point. Then go up through this point. Okay. So that's a reasonable graph. Now, there's no reason at all that this should be a high point and this should be a low point. So if you wanted to draw this a little bit differently, if you wanted to come down here and come down here and then come up through here, turn around, come down here and then up here, that would be perfectly valid. Graph might look something like this. And this wouldn't be your high point. This wouldn't be a low point. This wouldn't be a low point. For right now, we're just going to use a graph of this nature to make some estimates, like what's the y value given x, what's the x value given a value of y. And we'll continue that in the next video.